Hey guys, from Prasaba here. So finally bringing you the Ussop birthday appreciation stream. Pretty late since his birthday was April 1st, but So it ended up being like 2 hours and like 47 minutes long. So I cut it into two parts, and as you know, I don't edit, so you're gonna hear like lots of tangents, especially towards in part two, toward at the end. That's just how these streams go, because it just leads to more different conversations as we go along. So I hope you enjoy. And don't forget to, leave a like or dislike. We say some pretty blasphemous things in there, so I just hope you guys enjoy.
I don't know how people go through whole streams without eating. Like
Yeah.
6 hour streams.
Yeah, that's wild. Nah, you gotta take some breaks like Nakamushi and Irashi.
Exactly. You can't just fight Jack. You
Right,
gotta go to
exactly.
sleep, get your 8 hours, come back.
Which I kind of want to do a stream on Jack too. I have an idea about that. But all right. Welcome guys to another birthday appreciation.
Woo.
Today it's well, first of all, Usopp's birthday was April 1st, so this is a very late birthday appreciation.
At least we're in the month of April.
I know we're doing a catch up birthday appreciation stream. So we're to talk about go the how is it God the Usopp or whatever.
God,
Usopp, yeah.
Don't go
The
to
strongest the strongest character in the One Piece verse after Chopper.
So I see where you're going. You're going from the weakest to the strongest, saying they're stronger. So it's Chopper's the weakest, so he's the strongest, and then Usopp would be the next weakest. Or would it be Nami? Would you consider Usopp stronger than Nami?
I feel like he is.
Even with Nami's DC boost with Zeus? Like, she can destroy a lot more things, and she's a lot more mobile now.
Yeah, I agree.
So, would that give her the edge over Usopp, though? Because he does.
Probably, but Usopp's a tank, though. Like, he's low-key a tank. Hello?
I was saying that he's a bullet sponge in the fact that he doesn't die from taking a lot of damage, but he can't function taking that much damage.
I guess, but I mean,
every time he's taken a significant amount of damage, he's been out of commission. He just hasn't died from it. That's the only thing with Usopp.
He's always able to go through the whole fight, though.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, was he able to do anything after he got hit with that bat back in Alabasta?
Yeah, remember?
I thought that was the end of it.
No, because when they started bad mouthing Luffy, and then he got up and then he gave this whole speech, and then him and Chopper, he told Chopper this plan, and then they were able to trick the two of them, and then they, yeah.
Well, I guess. Very well. If you're doing an appreciation stream, we're just going to talk about things Usopp's have done in his future, or we're going to talk about. Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know if there's any other topics.
Let's for now, let's just say our favorite Usopp moment.
Okay. Damn, that is actually a tough one because I haven't. Besides the obvious one, like I really like when he shot down the flag, but that wasn't my favorite moment. That was more of a Luffy moment.
Yeah,
kind of, in my opinion.
But I also like the way he did it without hesitation. He was just like Roger, and then shot it right down.
Yeah, Usopp one of the people that like fucks around a lot, but he knows when to get serious. Thankfully,
yeah, like
because that was a cool moment.
Like in the, you can even say like the chapter that just passed where they're talking about, oh, if I was to be trusted, I'll tell them the secrets in a second. Like I don't believe that at all.
Not for 1 second.
Like none of Luffy's crew, like would, no matter how much they torture, none of them will ever like say anything that will like hurt another crew member.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
have to do with the crew member though. I think they were talking about giving up the Kozuki secrets.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll do that either.
Maybe.
I don't think so. Like
Like
the
I
Straw
feel
Hat
like he
crew,
wouldn't give
I
up the
doubt it.
crew. I wouldn't feel like he give up the Straw Hat crew. I would feel like he would give up other people that he really doesn't value.
Ah,
Because I don't think he's just a straight up badass like that. Like
yeah,
he
but because they're helping them, I feel like because whenever they're helping people, they're just so loyal to them in that moment that they would like do whatever.
true. I feel like his like some in the back of his head would be like, you can't be a brave warrior to see if you give up these people right now or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that. What about Nami though? Would Nami give up people?
Nah, like the Straw Hat crew, I don't know. I just don't see any of them doing that just because they're Straw Hats. Like,
Damn, so that gives them that much leeway with interrogation?
I mean, obviously they won't be able to take the pain, but obviously they'll be saved. But like, I just don't see them giving up. I just don't see it. No matter how much they like say like, oh, they're weak, and then they won't they'll crack under the pressure. I just don't see them doing it.
I think you're just saying that because it's like
Yeah,
they accept their base fears more than the monster trio. But at the end of
yeah,
the day, they're still brave and shit.
yeah, exactly.
I can deal with that.
Yeah.
I can deal with that.
Um.
I still can't. All right, my favorite Usopp moment.
Yeah.
That's fucking tough. It has to be when he. I didn't like the way he went about it, but I liked when he stood up to Luffy for the Mary.
Yeah.
He was being irrational because, like the people said, you can't fix the ship, and like it's funny because when they were arguing, like about getting rid of the ship, and it was like, oh, the shipwright said, the best shipwrights in the world say we can't fix the ship, and he was just like, man, you just gonna take their word for it and shit. Like he was bringing up some points where he's just like, I hear you, Usopp, but nah. And then he fought for it. Like the whole time he was like being painted as a stranger, not a stranger, but like a coward.
Yeah.
And then he was like, this is where I draw the line, and he stood by that. So it was like that gave me a glimpse into how stubborn and how much of like a real man Usopp can be.
Yeah.
Even though he was out of line and shit, it was like it gave the character story. It gave us one of the best fights in One Piece. Even though it wasn't like, is Luffy gonna lose, blah blah blah. It was more like symbolic fight, and it had many more elements to it. So yeah, that was my favorite moment when he stood up for the Mary, even though it was gonna die. And then because of that, they got to see the Clubautermon and how much it responded to Usopp's love, because I think he
Yeah.
was the first person to see it, right?
Yeah. He was.
Yeah, like he saw it first, and then the others saw it. But then it was like that whole thing was just a crazy emotional
Wait,
roller
did they even
coaster.
see it or they just heard it talking?
They Usopp saw it first, and I think when it was burning, that's when it came out. When they were all looking at it burn,
Oh.
I think it came out then, and then talked to him. At least from what I remember. But yeah, man, that was one of the early signs in One Piece that this show has an emotional depth that you would have never guessed because of the crazy artwork and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's definitely my favorite. What about you?
Mine will basically be the one when they're fighting the officers of Baroque Works, and the basically the thing I was telling you about where like when he got hit by the bat and like they started bad mouthing Luffy, and then Usopp was like saying like, oh, like this, he won't run away when you're bad mouthing like my friend's goals and all that, and he was like, Luffy's the man who's gonna become the Pirate King. I always love when the Straw Hats say that about Luffy.
Right. It's like they have so much faith,
Yeah.
and they have a good reason to. He's beating some crazy ass odds, like 0.1% chance
Right.
odds, and he just walked through it like it wasn't shit. It's crazy.
Um. Oof. Yo. Next week. No, is it next week?
What's up?
When is May 5th?
Cinco de Mayo. I have to look on my calendar because I have no idea, but I think it is on a Sunday. Yeah, next
Sunday, right?
next Sunday. No, 3 Sundays from now.
It's 3 Sundays from now. It's not next
Yeah,
Sunday.
The next Sunday is the 28th, and the Sunday after that. Oh no, it's next Sunday too. Sorry.
Yeah, next Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
No. The Sunday after next, because next Sunday is the 28th,
no,
and the
this
one.
Sunday is the
Bro, that's what I said. Next Sunday, the one coming up is the 28th, because it's the 23rd now.
no, this Sunday is the 28th.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but you keep on saying next Sunday is May 5th.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. When I say the next Sunday, I mean the one that's coming up, and the next one is 2 weeks from now. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Okay.
So 2 weeks from now, 2 week. Yeah. 2 weeks because it's
Next Sunday.
7 days.
Next Sunday is May 5th. Let's just keep it at that. Next Sunday.
If then people don't think it's the 28th, and it's not.
No, this Sunday is the 28th. Next Sunday.
I hate the way you talk, but okay.
What do you mean? Literally, this Sunday is the 28th, right? This coming Sunday. Am I not right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like this. You can say this Sunday, and then say, "Oh, next Sunday." It would be the Sunday coming up. This is how I always said it.
Go back to school.
They don't teach you that in school, but okay.
Yeah, so my man Luffy's birthday is next Sunday, so you know that's gonna be like a 10-hour stream for me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. This man, you're lucky to get 3 hours out.
And I'm probably gonna do it after Friday just to see if there's any new stuff in the chapter involving Luffy.
There's a lot to dissect for the chapter that we just had. Hopefully, the next one is the same. So we actually get like, I hope we don't go through the whole next chapter with Big Mom like going through Udon. I want her to be there at the beginning of the next chapter because I'm so tired of seeing her crawl toward the thing. So dumb.
I know. All right, so Ussop. My favorite Ussop moment is...
It was the Alabasta one, right?
I just said it. Yeah, I just said it. What am I talking about? All right, so let's talk about his character. Ussop.
I want to know if you think he's the weakest because Oda said he will forever be the weakest.
Yeah, he said it, but I just don't. It just doesn't seem like he's the weakest. I don't know, but I don't really want to talk about that honestly.
Oh, well,
about him being the weakest.
You know, you want to talk about?
So I want to talk about a little bit about his character and like how. Well, yeah, let's talk about his character. So, pre-time skip, he's a coward, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, post-time skip happens, and then he seems like a badass.
Like the first 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, but it's like, it's just funny that, like, you know, he was like, how they were getting like bothered. Him and I were getting bothered at the bar, and then like they have this like badass scene. They have him walking away, and then Fisherman Island even like he's yo, get down, Sebastian.
Evil cat.
Get down.
You know what I thought was gonna happen with
blocking him out of the room because he be messing up my videos and I don't be editing, so
I feel it. You know, I thought Ussop after the time skip was gonna be like a halfway badass to where he'll keep his composure most of the time, but he'll have like this kind of gag where normally where he would get scared, he would have came up with some kind of coping mechanism to try to like distract himself from being scared. And whatever Oda would have came with would have been funny, but it would have been like that instead of him, you know, like cowering in fear every 5 seconds. It would have been like him biting his nails extra hard or something, or something like that. But you know, I never got my dreams answered because for some reason Oda thinks this whole scary thing is still, you know.
Yeah.
hilarious,
So
which sometimes it is.
because when he had that moment, I'm like, oh, okay, he's a little bit more of a badass. He's not that afraid anymore. And then Fisherman Island is even like kind of the same thing. He's like, I mean, there's some moments where like he's scared, but then he's like, it's not really that much. And then after Fisherman Island, then I don't know, it's more apparent that he's still like his old self, which I thought was weird. Like,
It's like he regressed.
yeah, like like it's fine if he's not completely like
Yeah, like we don't want to be Daredevil
yeah,
or
because like
anything.
that's how you saw like in Fisherman Island, like during some parts he was still kind of scared, like when they had to fight all those fishermen, but then he still did his part, no problems. But then it's like I don't know, it just regressed right back to pre
I think
pre time
I,
skip.
I think it was like because the way Oda seems to be writing his characters now, they have to like not stray too far away from who they were at the beginning.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because he kind of wants the Straw Hats to be the ones to affect the world instead of the world affecting them,
yeah,
kind of thing. And I get that, but not growing as a person after you face gods of lightning and giant armies of zombies, you're gonna
yeah,
change as a person. So it's just like it's bordering on unrealistic, and it's kind of like messing up the story. Like, okay, at the beginning he was this, and now he's still this. So it's
yeah,
kind of it's kind of like losing its luster because he could have had a whole new group of gags if he changed the characters at least a little bit,
yeah,
or at least
exactly.
up. I thought his fear level would up because if we think about it, Usopp's scared of a lot of rational shit. Like
Oh
we're
yeah,
like, oh, stop being such a scaredy cat. These are like 100-foot beings he has to fight, and
yeah,
like I said,
exactly.
zombies and people who can teleport instantaneously. Like being scared will be natural,
Yeah,
and just like raising it to where it's okay. Maybe I'll be scared of everything, vice admiral and up or something like that, or at least a captain and up. Like wherever Kobe is, I'm gonna be scared of everything above Kobe. Something he's not. He's still just scared of everything. It tapered off like you said at the beginning, and then it went to okay. Now I gotta make Usopp again, so I gotta make him scared of everything.
yeah.
Hopefully, there's a lull again where he all right. Since he's getting close to Elbath, he'll be he'll be braver. Oh, speaking of Elbath, do you think it's gonna happen, and is that gonna be Usopp's arc, Elbath? You want it to be Usopp's arc. You don't seem too thrilled about that.
I do want it to be Usopp Sark because
Okay.
I feel like that would make his character grow more, and like I mean, even whether I want to or not, it has. I mean, that's how it's built up to be. Every time there's been like giants in the story, like he's kind of like interacted with them in some sort of way, you know,
Yeah.
and like he wants to be brave. Like the giants of Elbaf are brave, so it makes sense for his character to be involved with like the bravest warriors on the seas if he
Well,
wants to also be brave.
going off of that, do you think Wano was Zoro's arc from the way it's going so far?
Uh I think it won't be yeah, I want to say yes and no because it's like it will be his arc in the sense that he'll learn more about swords and stuff like that, but it won't really. I don't know.
Because it
I
doesn't
don't. I don't think
seem.
it's gonna be as focused as kind of like Sanji was really focused on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
mainly for All right, so is Whole Cake Island the beginning of characters getting their own arcs, or has that been a theme beforehand, in your opinion?
Well, it was like pre time skip, but are you talking like post time skip?
I'm talking about like the arcs that they aren't introduced in. Because we could say Thriller Bark is Brooks' arc, but that's the arc he got introduced in.
Yeah.
So it was more their introductory arc. But now Sanji has now the Baratier and Whole Cake Island. And I would say that post time skip, And pretty much Whole Cake Island is the beginning of when people started to assign islands to different Straw Hats
Yeah.
so they can get their story buffed. Like the first was Sanji and Whole Cake. Next is Wano because of
And
swords,
then
and Zoro.
Luffy gets extra buffs.
Yeah, and like and pretty much the whole Grand Line
Yeah.
is Luffy's island, so we don't really count him.
I
But
can see what you're saying. I was
yeah, it's
thinking
like
that, but then like, doesn't
hmm
it feel like the story is like getting a lot quicker now since we entered Wano?
I believe it's because of the different like the different structure it's going for.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things in
Oh,
One Piece are copied. In my opinion, kind of like Alabasta and Dressrosa are almost mirrors of each other.
oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I think on Oda's favorite arc and where things start to get kicked up at, and we're getting to the tail end of the story, he's going to go ahead and go with his Kabuki play thing, and maybe he's going to model other islands off different things, so his story won't become predictable, and he can maintain that number one manga in the world type thing. Or maybe he's not even worried about that. Maybe the first couple arcs was supposed to be like that, have their mirror images, and then the whole second set of different arcs are going to have all their different themes based off other things is
Yeah.
what I'm hoping, and it looks like. But I don't know if this is just a Wano thing because it's Japan and Kabuki plays, and he just won't do something special, and then it'll be business as usual next arc. Like, I'm hoping that's not the case. What do you think? Because the next island's supposed to be Elbaf, is what I keep hearing hundreds of times over.
You
So
said
if it
the
is
what time?
Elbaf,
The nighttime?
huh?
What was you said the what is supposed to be Alba?
The next arc.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're definitely going to Alba, but what
See,
is the
I
next
don't
arc or
see
not is not really like.
I don't see why you think is Elbaf like a guarantee. You know, like it's supposed to have his whole own island thing. Like we
Why don't you think it will?
mainly because it's been mentioned before, but it hasn't really been hyped to the point because Wano was hyped way before we got to Wano.
Yeah.
Whole Cake Island was hyped way before we got to there. Elbaf really had a shining moment with Loki when like they name drop Loki.
Yeah.
Everyone instantly, they got their Avengers vibe going. Everyone's like, all right, cool. So now we gotta look forward to that. And I think it may even be like a side story because I don't really see what else they can do there. Like if you remember Elbaf, it was a nice little chill place with giants. And normally the Straw Hats go to a place where there's some kind of turmoil or something for them to overcome or something comes
Yeah.
there.
But then
Like Jack
remember
and
that
Zoe.
Loki had. We don't know anything about Alba, so there could be turmoil there right now because of Loki.
That is a good point.
And the reason why I think about this a guarantee is because, like, like Usopp's like connection with the Giants. It's just like I just feel like it's a place that we have to visit because I think didn't Usopp even say he wanted to go to Elbaf and see giants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the
But
way they've
Luffy
been
wanted to go to that
talking about
Lightning
him.
Island too.
Sorry.
Well, I guess that's not really a good example. Never mind. Go ahead.
Um, and then just the whole all the Giants army is this and that and like come.
I thought they said it used to be good and then it got like
Well,
and it
yeah, I mean,
wasn't
yeah,
anymore.
it used to be, but like, I don't know, it just seems like one of those islands that like they have to visit. Like, I mean, it's giants, compared to like all the other places they've been to. Like, why wouldn't
Okay.
Oda, like, focus on the island full of giants if he has that
That
in the story?
well man, there's a lot of things I question about, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
As far as
and
Zoro and Wano goes, this arc will have to heavily feature him more than it has been in order to keep up that because I don't
yeah,
see him having a year of Sanji, going to Wano and kind of ghosting Zoro, and then going to Elbaf and it's like year of Usopp,
yeah.
and yeah,
I
like
mean, honestly,
because
this has to be a year of everybody. I think because
So it has to
I
be
need
like
I need to
nine
see.
some more years of One Piece.
Well, no, I mean like Wanda specifically. I feel like needs to be a year of everyone because I need to see all the Straw Hats push to their limits. Because literally, Luffy's like the only one.
Yeah, every arc you just see Luffy.
Yeah, like I just can't see how come Rafto any of the Straw Hat pirates are strong enough if they haven't been pushed. You know what I'm saying? Like Luffy is really the only one you can justify in the end if
I
these other
think
Straw Hats aren't pushed to their limit.
if you think about how One Piece has been going, Luffy has always been the spearhead for any kind of power up or progression.
Yeah.
So if Luffy doesn't go through it, you're not going to see the rest. Like Luffy got fucking his gear second, and then the other two did theirs.
Yeah.
Granted, it looks like they already had that because they came into the battle with it. They didn't learn it through the battle. They all just had it. So it
Yeah.
was like,
Well, yeah, because but like Luffy, I feel like people forget this. People always say like, "Oh, Luffy's power up, Sanji and Zoro's came out of nowhere," but it's like I don't know because Luffy kind of explained it. Because Luffy was like, ever since he met Aokiji, he's been thinking of a different way to fight. So it's not like just he came out of it, came up with it out of nowhere. He's been thinking about it since
I wasn't
the
saying
part.
nowhere in the fact that it just popped into his head one day and he
Yeah,
did it during the fight. I mean, it came out of nowhere from the viewer's point of view, which is
yeah.
the most important if we're going to be honest,
No,
because
no,
he's telling us the story.
But then my point is that then Luffy says like, ever since he met Aokiji, he's been thinking about ways to get stronger.
Yeah, and if they
Yeah,
don't, that's not showing me anything. That's not showing me Luffy
I know it's not. It's
trying.
not.
No,
It's
hold on,
not
hold on.
showing.
That's no. I'm saying that's not what I'm not saying should because Oda can tell a story however he wanted to, but a better way to do it is how he's doing it now. If Luffy got all this training about hockey off screen, it would have taken away from the chapter, in my opinion. If
Yeah.
we just skipped around and say instead of going through the night and they were talking and Caribou showed up, it just flashed to the next morning and then we got like one panel of it. That's
Oh no.
basically what Oda did with the whole, oh, I'm with Aokiji, man. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of a way to do this. I don't want that. I want Luffy to be sitting on the island pushing his knee down, trying to make sure the blood flows the proper way, like something like that. Like he's fighting people. Like this is what One Piece has been missing for a while. Like
Yeah.
training, trial and error type training, like different types of training. This is all I'm saying. Like
I
I'm
agree
not
with you.
saying that's what I mean when I say it come out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
I agree with you. I like the fact that Luffy's training. I just hate how it's happening.
Wait, why do you hate it?
I,
Like
the,
like the right now with Hugoro and all
no,
that.
I hate that it's in the prison. It's like it's like Queen is gonna help Luffy get stronger to defeat Kaido. It's like what?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like yo,
yeah,
Queen,
that is weird.
yeah,
Well, I
helping.
mean, at the
You're
same
kind of
time,
helping towards the downfall of Kaido in a way. With
I
that,
think he's looking at Luffy like his Hisoka was looking at Gon in Hunter x Hunter.
oh, I
Come on now, think
have
about
not.
it.
I
He's
have not
literally
read.
watching
No,
this
I haven't
man.
read or
Huh?
watched Hunter x Hunter.
Oh shit,
So
my
I
bad.
just don't want to hear any spoilers.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Sorry. I
but
for some
I
reason
already
I
know the
thought you
whole
get it.
Hisoka and Gon thing, kind of though. But
Well, it's not really a spoiler, but I won't say it anyway. But
yeah,
basically, he's just being like either he's doing what Kaido has been doing this whole time, which was all right. I'm gonna let this dude do this.
yeah,
I'm gonna beat him because, as far as I can see, he can't. Because Queen. All right, so imagine Luffy trying to fight Rayleigh, and Rayleigh has mastered the thing is Luffy trying to practice right now, and 10 other things. And
yeah.
Luffy's like bloodlusted, like, all right, Rayleigh, I'm gonna kill you. Rayleigh's not really gonna trip over it. He's gonna be like, Luffy, you're gonna be the Pirate King. You can't do this. He's gonna be more upset about his potential because he know he can beat him. It's
Yeah,
kind of like Queen right now.
yeah. I mean, listen,
He's prepping him
if
to join the squad.
Queen is like sits on Luffy when Luffy tries to fight him, then I'll be fine with it
Low diff.
because I just don't want. I just hate when like someone like you underestimate someone and then that's your downfall. Like
I feel like that's too cliche to even
Yeah,
happen. Like I feel
exactly.
like at
Yeah,
this
that's
point,
my point because that's kind of what they
yeah.
did on Whole Cake Island.
I meant to
What?
I meant for Oda's sake.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Oda knows this is so cliche
yeah,
that he's gonna flip it in some crazy way. I have no I do not think it. I don't even think Luffy and Queen's gonna fight. To be real,
yeah.
like I think Luffy's gonna get out and something else is gonna happen. Whether it be Big Mom, the rebellion is gonna have too many people running around. Something. I don't think they're gonna fight. So we may not have to worry about it. But at the same time, it would be like Queen did all this, like let Luffy get tired and trained and all right, beat him, make him join my crew, blah blah blah, and none of that happens. And now Luffy got a free power buff anyway.
Yeah.
That would suck. What if Big Mom comes in and beats Luffy again?
Because it's like
Like Big Mom fights Luffy for no reason.
because I guess my whole thing is like Luffy being thrown into prison, there was no consequence at all.
Well, I think it's because like once you're so strong, being in prison ain't shit. It's just a matter of time before you get out. So it would be kind of weird to set the expectation like Luffy's not going to get out. So it's like bypass that. Like don't even make it like, oh, these prisoner minds are inescapable. Like we already did that with Impel Down.
Yeah.
We know Luffy's going to get out. Let's make being in prison about something else. Because no one's going to believe that Luffy's never going to get out of prison.
Oh,
So
yeah,
why even
I
waste
know
the
that.
writing energy on that? So that's what I'm saying. He's trying to like say, fuck it. We know Luffy is in kindergarten right now. He can walk out at any moment, but let's build on the story from here. Why not, you know? Because that's the only reason Luffy's still here, besides Queen, technically. I wonder if Queen could catch Luffy.
But it's just my whole thing is just like, my God, like, what is like I just feel like there's Beast Pirates and Orochi supporters everywhere, but like none of them are catching the Straw Hats and company, which is just strange. I don't know.
They're super trash.
It's
And it
just
makes me wonder.
it's just sad. Like what?
It makes me wonder if, like, the government was wrong when it was talking about, like, when Kizaru was wrong when it was talking about, no, this is a land full of strong whatever the fucks.
Yeah.
If the people that Luffy has been beating up now put the other people in jail, then how weak are they? You know?
Right? Because like I'm just thinking like Razor steals the kid and the guy's like, oh, I can only walk sideways. They took advantage of that. Like what?
Foolish.
like,
All
like
foolish.
nope. Mind you, I laughed at that moment. But just thinking about it, it's just like, yo, like, when is someone going to be good? Like, Hold'em couldn't even defend his territory. He got one shot. And
Well, at the same time, we have to think about Kaido's recruiting strategy.
yeah,
Because a lot of these people are smiles and gifters. And we know how Kaido does. If he thinks you're kind of strong, he just kind of grabs you. It's more quantity over quality. So I
yeah,
think his main forces are going to be the ones that's fucking people up.
yeah. But it's just funny that these people have like titles, but they get in one shot. So I mean, it's Luffy, so Luffy is like the strongest in the verse. So I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. But wait. First of all, this is a Usopp stream. We're way off topic. Yo, are you there?
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm muting it 'cause I'm trying to eat, but
oh, okay.
I keep forgetting. But yo, what do you think Usopp's gonna do in Wano? Like, will he get another buff to his hockey, or is he just gonna be
I hope
background Usopp?
So what I said earlier, like I feel like everyone needs to like be pushed to a limit. I want him. This is where I want his hockey to grow in this arc, like, cause I don't know. I mean, well, I don't think we know if he's tried to train it in Wano or not yet.
Yeah. Which would be nice. Like Usopp just got a huge revelation that he can see 100+ miles. Like he's a fucking eagle, and he doesn't try to do anything with it. Like he's an inventor. Like being curious is his thing, but he's not doing it. And if he's doing it, he's doing it off screen. I want to see Usopp, just one panel of Usopp trying to hit a bird on the next island or some shit.
Right.
That would be dope. But they don't do that. We don't get to see the Straws chilling on the ship. They don't get to practice at their dream. Nami hasn't drawn a map in 15 years. Like, what the fuck is going on? There's not. It's like it's world building,
Right.
but there's too much
Yeah, like
world.
back to
There's
what
too
you
much
just
world.
back to what you just said about Nami. Like I don't want like Oda saying in the SBS she draws after dinner. Like I don't want to hear that. I want to see it.
Let me see that thing. I'm trying to see if she's good at it. If she's connecting it, is she making a book, something. But nope. I was just like, whatever. It happens.
All right. I don't
I
know.
wonder, I wonder since like Robin knows pretty much a lot of stuff about the poneglyphs. Does she have to do anything? Like until she gets to a poneglyph, is she just chilling? She doesn't have to train or
Basically,
research or anything,
in
right?
my oh man, like we think about Ramen's devil fruit. Like she could be so strong, but it's like Oda needs. I want Oda to show that. Like I get like we don't have to have like I mean I get like not everyone has to fight, not be able to fight, but it's like considering how small the Straw Hat crew. I mean, how small the Straw Hat crew is. I feel like they need to be a lot stronger than they currently are.
Yeah, like Shanks's crew. Like Shanks's crew can be 10 people because he basically got two Yonkos and like seven Yonko commanders.
Right.
Luffy don't have that at
Exactly.
all, which is
Because
ridiculous.
literally, it's like I'm just thinking like if they ever backed into like if One Piece was like a very dark story and they're ever back into like a legit corner with a Yonko, the only people I can see coming out alive is like Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei. Like honestly,
Pretty
like
much.
I don't know, like I don't know if it's just because I haven't seen them do much, but I just don't feel like the rest of the crew is strong enough to be in the new world. I don't know, like I don't know. Maybe that's just the way I'm perceiving things, and it's probably wrong. I mean, because they're here and they're alive still, so
But who has directly came to fault them that wasn't like shielded off by a stronger three?
yeah, that's the thing.
You know,
Because I guess
everyone they
I'm
fought.
just always thinking like, what if Luffy and Sanji, Zoro, and Jinbei aren't there? What are they gonna do? Like that's what I want to see from them. Like I want to see what they can do when those four aren't there. I mean, I guess we kind of saw that with the Big Mom thing, but like I wanted to see them like actually defeat someone, not just push someone off a ship.
Yeah, like they.
And Jimbo was actually there, so I guess.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
top four
so
was
yeah. So
still
I want to
protecting them.
see them without the strong people around.
But I mean, are the people that's on Shanks's crew the ones filling the roles that Luffy is? Because I feel like everyone that we know of note aren't really like they aren't the navigators or the musicians or the cook. They're just
Yeah.
strong people, and then
As
they
far as
probably
we
have other
know,
people to
so
do it or something like that.
yeah.
So
I
I
mean, as
think
far as
that's
we
the
know,
problem.
because Marco was the doctor of the crew, so
He was a doctor because of his ability, really, if you
yeah. I
think
mean,
about it.
yeah, but
He,
I mean, I'm sure he has some medical knowledge also.
well, yeah, like being
To
like
be an
that kind of
actual
spurred
doctor,
him.
yeah,
It was like reverse. Like he was a doctor not because of his doctor
yeah,
ability, but his ability, and because of that, he then trained to do other stuff in the doctor field. Like he grew into a doctor.
yeah.
I think that's
Um,
like the one exception.
yeah, but
But actually, well, Blackbeard's crew kind of. Well, yeah, Blackbeard crew is actually a good example because I think the only person that really has a position is Burgess, who is the helmsman,
yeah.
and Doc Q, who's the doctor. Everyone else is just niggas that's just there to fight for
As far as we
pretty.
know, I'm sure there will be like reveal or something later
I
on.
think they'll just be tacked on, but I think that's just there to be cool, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because I don't really see anyone else doing anything special besides fighting.
So you tell me you don't think Kyrie Devon would be a good musician?
Oh my god, on a fucking saxophone or something, but besides
Oh,
that,
I'm picturing it now. Whew, actually, I want that now.
fucking 8 foot tall woman on the
What's
piano.
Oda's email? I'm about to email him right now. He needs to
Stop.
make her. he needs to make her play a
Noda is
saxophone.
it's Noda Skywalker. That is his email address.
Oh, that should be a cover page. That would be
Oh,
so
fucking
cool.
Katarina Devon on the
Yeah,
keys. That'd
that
be
would be so
crazy.
cool.
just to play like a really small, ridiculous instrument, like like the violin or
Oh,
what's another little
no,
instrument?
that would be cool. Oh, okay. Well, back to yourself. Yeah, so I love these birthday appreciation streams because we always go off on tangents and talk about the characters for like
Always,
5 seconds.
always. But it's like so many interesting people surrounding that person.
I know.
I don't think.
Um.
Do you think? Well, this goes for Usopp and then the rest of the crew. So you know how the time skip was supposedly supposed to be like a change up of how the crew kind of perceives the world
Yeah.
because they had their shit wrecked and then
Mm-hmm.
they trained and came back. Do you think there's without like the time skip element of it? Do you think there's anything that kind of changes the Straw Hats, like all of them, like to whereas they get more serious or they get something like knowledge about the Void Century or like something like that.
Um.
Like they get more down, like not as happy or something, or at
I
least a few of them.
I don't see that happening because I mean there are always sad. There are sad moments of One Piece, but to be like down permanently, like that, I don't see that in One Piece.
Okay, better way to phrase this
Yeah.
question. So say, you know how they was like at the end when, well, yeah, Rayleigh was saying this like when y'all find the truth, y'all, will be able to decide what y'all want to do yourselves. When he was talking to
Yeah.
Robin, um, you don't think that's going to affect like one of them because it seemed like Rayleigh they found out some shit that was so big that the king of the pirates can do anything about it,
Yeah.
and how strong they were. Like the other world's strongest people were all looking at him as basically the strongest nigga out there, and they couldn't do anything about it. You don't think Robin or Tsunami, someone who takes the world more seriously, is not going to be like, damn, this is some shit. And they're like, not that they're down, but they're like kind of thinking about it throughout the rest of the story, however far that's going to be after they found the One Piece.
Okay.
You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, if it could do anything, I would hope it would affect Luffy.
Like change him from that's the one I see
It
not changing the most.
it doesn't have to change him, but I mean, I don't know.
Like maybe for Arc, they found out about what's going on and their whole like thing changed. Like Luffy sees something shiny and he doesn't go fucking crazy over it. He's like when he punched Charlos, when he was like, "Oh, you selling niggas?"
Yeah.
Uppercuts for days, and he was serious. That whole walk up, it
Yeah.
lasted like 2 minutes, but he was dead serious.
Yeah.
So I was like more of like a fish man, not Arlong Park type feel is what I'm basically trying to say.
Yeah.
I would like that, or like when they was walking to Frankie's house when they beat up Usopp,
All those
shit like
walks are
that.
the
When they
best.
would that was my shit. I love
Yeah.
that.
And
But yeah, like I think something, to kind of shift the mood from all right, this is an adventure to people have died and is still dying from this.
I think we
Is
got a little bit of that in Whole Cake Island, and I think we're gonna get more of that in Wano.
more
I
serious
hope we do
scenes.
because like they saw because I mean yeah I mean only one person died like Pedro died but like they saw
And they
like
didn't give
how
a fuck.
yeah they did
Is Luffy sad? Does Luffy even know about that?
yeah he was there
He
remember
was
but then because Katakuri was on the ship Luffy had to still be a captain he was like listen guys
true.
focus we gotta get away or Pedro's sacrifice will be for nothing.
But where's
And
the
then remember
memorial?
Jinbei
Where's
had
the
to console
grave?
them. Remember?
But where's the grave? Where's the memorial? They sat and fucking who
Yeah, yeah.
died?
So real quick though,
What?
do the Minks know Pedro died? Because
They can't. There's no cell phones. Well, there's snail things,
no,
but I don't think
but
anyone called.
no. But they're there now.
Who's there? Oh, the well, Nekamamushi and them. But have they met up with the Straw Hats?
Carrot's with them.
Even more shit I would have left out because I forgot about that.
Yeah, because
Because
it's like first of all, I forgot about Carrot till not last week's. I think the week before that, she was in one of the panels where they were talking about a trader or something. And I
oh
saw
yeah,
Carrot. I'm like, oh, I forgot Carrot existed.
do you think Carrot's a traitor?
I don't know.
You
I
think
mean,
that monkey's a
I have
traitor?
a video I want to do about Carrot, but that's gotta wait a little bit. 'Cause I don't want to say too much on her yet.
I feel it. I feel it. A lot of people think it's
Um,
that little monkey from the beginning who got
yeah,
bribed with the banana.
it could be. I mean,
Could be
I
him. But
want
yeah,
it to
I
be someone
forgot they
who's
was in.
more involved in the story, so I can be like, really, it was you the whole time?
Well, this fucking dog storm
Because
was
it,
Inarashi.
right,
That would be crazy.
that'd be wild.
Like
Because
one of them at least.
that'd be wild. Because that would be like, damn, I didn't think Oda would ever pull a card like that. Because that's like a huge betrayal. Because this is like this dude lost. If it's either one of them, this means one of them lost a leg or an arm
It has to
just to
be
like.
Neko. I think it has to be Neko Mamushi. One, could cats are just as assholes sometimes, and then two, Dogstorm
He's
actually
talking about you,
lost a leg.
Sebastian.
Huh?
I was telling my cat you're talking about him.
Exactly. Facts. And my cat
I
fucking
should have
sucks
called him
too.
Nekomamushi actually.
Neko. Fucking cat viper. Freaking yeah, he because Nekomamushi only like got his arms like broken or something like that. Like Inu actually lost a leg.
No, I think
Which
he lost his arm completely, right?
no, Neko has both of his arms, I think,
No,
bandaged
no,
together.
Inarashi, didn't he lose his arm?
Oh, he lost his arm too? I thought he
Yeah.
lost his leg. Because he
No,
has a
oh wait,
cane
who?
now.
Someone lost their leg and then someone lost their arm, right?
Oh, maybe. We should probably look it up. I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, like that losing a leg actually made me think of something. Freaking Kuzan. And I had a theory that like they kind of staged the whole thing and actually cut off Kuzan's leg to make it look convincing. So what if the same thing is going on here? Like Jack was in league with one of them,
Yeah.
and then it's like they're actually what that
Yeah,
actually wouldn't make
that's
that
what
wouldn't make sense. That
that's
wouldn't
what
make sense because the one of them would have gave up Rizo, right? Like if Ino or Neko was the actual traitor, when one of them went to sleep, the other one, instead of fighting, would have turned on like all the other little dudes and just got Rizo and left. So it would have been dumb to keep fighting for 5, 10 days, not give him Rizo, and then yeah, like I don't see the point in one of them being the, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it would be cool. But Usopp once again.
I wonder because if there
Uh,
is a trader, I know we see Usa, but I'm just thinking about the trader thing. But
yeah, keep hey man,
it
I
just
didn't want to stay on it too long,
it just
but
needs to be someone of note so it can be more impactful and hit better. Because if it's just a monkey, I mean, like, what has that monkey really done? You know?
but I mean, well, if it's someone we know, it wouldn't have been anyone on the Minx Island, would it? Well, it
I
had
don't
to have been
know.
someone weaker.
Okay, so my whole thing is like, if it's not anyone like of note, then why is it like they just keep hinting at it? Because I feel like Oda would have shown like a silhouette or something, you know, if it was like. But it's like they keep on hinting that there's a traitor, but then it's like you're not really like showing us anything about it. So it's like
Well, I
I feel
mean,
like it's someone we know.
they're hinting at the fact that they think there's a traitor
Yeah,
because
but
of how sure he was. So
yeah,
it's not like they know it's a traitor.
yeah, but
It's
like
just a thought in the
Oda
air.
always conveys his stuff like that through people's conversations. Really, so
I mean, yeah, but there's not much other like
kind of
in
like
that hmm?
that exposition old lady in the last chapter, which was weird to me.
What
The old
what
lady that was just like talking and talking.
yeah.
Like
She did well, she was basically just giving exposition on the three dudes in case we
I
forgot.
know, but it was just out of the.
It was out of
It
nowhere.
was like, yo,
So I see that part because he does like, hey, here's what I want you to
yeah,
know and shit. But
I don't know. All I'm saying is
it
that
just seemed like
if
it would
the
match with the what's going on because it's like,
yeah,
how would he know and why was he so confident they was there? There's
exactly,
not many other conclusions you could come to, but at the same time,
right,
he could have just left it out and let us think that. But yeah,
exactly. But like, yeah, because they've mentioned, haven't they mentioned it? Did they mention it more than once? or
I think
no?
they mentioned it twice because I think they said something back on Zoe and now in Wano. I think
Yeah. So like, I mean, yeah. At this point, and just think about it too. Like, if it was, you know how some people thought maybe Kushiro was the one who like figured it out, but it's like if it was, it would have been stated. I feel like
if Kyoshiro figured out
about
the
the whole, yeah. Like
oh
I
about
feel like
Rizo being on
no about like the whole, cause you know how like the tattoo and whatever the crescent moon stuff was like,
hmm
yeah. If it was Kushiro who figured that out, they would have said it. I feel like, you know.
I mean, but it kind of did. Like the paper literally fell in his hand, and he was like, "Oh shit, look at this." So he basically just read it. Like it's not like there was a little scene where he got somebody to read it for him, or
No, I
they
know, but
were
then like
deciphering it.
I know, but then you have like the next. Is it the next chapter? No, it's not the next chapter.
The one where he was sitting on like the balcony and shit.
Yeah,
But
like then
he still had it, didn't he? Or was
yeah,
it someone else?
like he's still staring at the paper, like he's thinking about it or something.
But they already took action. So
Yeah,
whatever
they
he
already took
found
action,
out,
but like I just don't think it's Kyoshiro. From the way
poof,
that scene took place, it looks like he's like contemplating like
the plan. It looks
I
like
don't
because
want him to join their side because I need Orochi to have a good samurai on his team, but like it looked like he was
I,
contemplating or like thinking about something or like the past, something like that. But
it could
yeah,
be exactly what you just said. Like you don't want him to join the Straw Hats. I think he's thinking about, should I do my duties here or should I go to wherever Hiyori or Komurasaki,
yeah,
like wherever I sent her? Because obviously, whatever they were doing was super, super duper staged.
yeah,
So he knows where she is or where the rendezvous point is or whatever the fuck. So he's
because
like, do I stay here and do my duty or go to her?
yeah,
And going to her basically means joining the Straw Hats. But he may be like, yo, I did this throne though. Like maybe his dad's dad or something was the shogun and he just wants to keep that up, whatever. But, I think that's what he's struggling with. Like, do I join this rebellion or do I, fight it?
I, I,
I think that's enough to contemplate about.
yeah, no, but yeah, I was just thinking like I just don't. I there has to be an actual traitor.
It would be fun if it literally wasn't. Like the way Jack goes about shit, I feel like that may be his personality. Like he's
Yeah,
like, all right, this
no,
dude's
yeah, I
here,
get,
and he's just like maybe no one even told him.
yeah.
He was just like, I figured this out on my own.
Well, no,
I
because
think I can. I think he's
you need
here.
a V card to go to Zoe.
He did have a viewer card to go to Zell,
Yeah,
and it was
you need
Rizo's
that.
viewer card. But at the same time, who would have Rizo's viewer card? Because that nigga was 20 years in the past before any of
No,
this even
no, I
happened.
think it's a V card to Zoe.
So he had Zunisha's viewer card.
Yeah,
Well, anyone can get Zunisha's viewer card. You just go up, scrape the side of his leg, and leave.
yeah, but it's like how you getting that if you don't know where Zunisha is?
We don't know who all's been there. We know
Yeah,
that
but
Gold
okay,
Roger been
yeah,
there,
but Law
but
said you need a V card to get to Zoe. Period.
so someone that's been to Zoe or is from. Well, how did Rizo find it? How did he get there?
They already knew the Minx. Remember?
Yeah, he
They
might have
pro-
known the Minx, but you need the Viewer card
yeah,
because it's
they probably
moving.
had it from the 20 years in the past.
But he was the only one that was there, though. Oh wait, did they all go there and then he just was left behind?
I remember Kinemon explained how they all got separated, but I
Oh
honestly
yeah, I
forgot.
remember that story.
I have to go back, but I honestly forgot how they got separated.
Okay,
Yeah, I would have to go back and like look at how they got separated, but yeah,
I'm just trying to think who would have a Viewer card to Zoe
yeah.
that
You see that's the thing.
because they
Like
don't leave, do they?
no,
Like
like
like if the people on Minx don't leave, why would they need a Viewer card to Zoe if they live there?
I don't know, but like you have few people that left, like the Nox pirates, but then they eventually, well,
Oh yeah,
most of
they
them
came back.
returned. Yeah, and then
So
you
is it
had.
was it one of them? Was it a Nox pirate? Because then that makes sense because they need to get back. Pedro left and came back, so he would have a Viewer card, and
Yeah,
maybe he blew himself up because he was guilty.
that would be interesting.
And then
But would
we
that
we,
fit?
we,
Would
we
that
wouldn't get no
fit with
resolution to it.
Yeah, it would kind of be like that. Be Kevin punched this guy in the face for betraying us.
Exactly. He
But
already died for a noble cause. You can't be mad at him.
yeah, I don't think it would be Pedro.
Me neither. I was just trying to go down the line of
Yeah,
everyone who's been there.
because of how it would be interesting if it was still because just because of how like the whole like the Strats are gonna bring a new Don, this and that.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. It,
do you think the trader brought? Well, they didn't bring Jack specific. Well, I wonder, did they bring Jack specifically? But what if they brought them there for a reason? Like they
Jack.
didn't like they was like, hey, this guy's here, come here, and then it was some. It would be part of some plan. That's the only way I see this really making sense. Like, why would it? Because, well, how would whoever betrayed them would have to have gone to Wano or gone to one of the Beast Pirates to make alliance with them to
Yeah.
Zoe to find him. Like because if they couldn't find Zoe before, they didn't come to the island and pressure someone into being a traitor.
Yeah.
So now they're a traitor for some other reason, which makes it even more interesting because it's like normally traders are like, oh, he has my dog's nephew, so now I got to kill everybody. And I'm just like, okay, I feel
His
that.
dog's nephew. Um.
But now it's like, why? Like, what's the reason to be a traitor if no one could find you in the first place? You see what I'm saying? Because the only way
Yeah.
Jack got there was because of the card.
Yeah.
So whoever betrayed had to go or already have been where Jack and them was and had a card previously. So it could have been an old captured Nox pirate or something.
Yeah,
Because
but then it's like, why the Nox Pirates? That whole thing ended a while back. So it's like,
yeah,
why
why
now?
not? Yeah, like why are you popping up now?
Yeah, like, well,
And
I
you
mean,
know, you know
you
what's
could
crazy?
yeah, actually,
Um,
no, you
did
could explain it because somehow you can explain it because it was only recently that they reappeared.
who? Oh yeah, all of them.
Yeah, the people that traveled through the from the past. It's only recently that they appeared.
Yeah.
So you could actually explain that. Oh, when they saw Rizal, then they used that river card they had gotten a while back.
So someone that wasn't on Zoe currently.
Yeah,
So someone that's
like
been
how
to
no,
Zoe.
like how you said the Nox pirate that could have been captured.
Yeah, could be one of
Maybe
them.
they had the river card just sitting there, and then when they saw Kinemon and Rizal and people, then they went. Actually, why was he going after Rizal? Did they see him? I gotta
I'm
reread that chapter because I'm actually confused
yeah, because
because
why was he there in the first place?
yeah, because it's like who knows that Kinemon's alive because it's like
That's what I'm saying. Cause everyone in everyone in Wano is making fun of Orochi for thinking
yeah.
that everyone that's dead came back, but they're searching for a dead dude. But they're still making fun of him. But Jack is being controlled by Kaido,
Okay,
which is in
yeah,
league with
exactly.
Orochi. So it doesn't make sense.
Because Doflamingo was like Firefox Kinemon, like he knows of him, so it's like, so is it like only Kaido knows that they're alive?
Maybe Kaido is doing the whole don't let motherfuckers know anything
Yeah,
to everyone, like
I
even
guess
the
so.
Orochi.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
because I think I remember in that panel, like it looked like Beast Pirates that saw Kinemon's people. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, I think they hit a either Dressrosa
Yeah.
or Punk Hazard first.
Okay, so I guess that okay, this makes more sense when you think about it. It's like yeah, because like Kaido had the whole thing about like not putting certain things in newspapers and stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah, because because think about like if it got word got out that like retainers from 20 years ago popped up. Uh oh.
It would be yeah.
Yeah. Uh oh.
So
There's gonna be some
so Kaido
unrest.
knows that
Yeah.
Orochi is right, but he's not backing him up with that, like with
Yeah.
actual information.
I get. Yeah. That would explain it because
That's
why
weird though.
else would you be looking for someone that was supposedly died 20 years ago? Yet
Exactly.
Orochi is saying all this stuff about the Kuzuki whatever, and then no one's believing him. The only explanation is that Kaido's keeping it from Orochi,
It's either
which
that
is why
or
Jack
he. No, hold
was
on. Either
yeah
he's not keeping it from Orochi and keeping it from everyone else, and Orochi is just saying it, but Kaido knew no one will believe him because it
yeah
sounds crazy. So he's like, "Hey, these dudes are back. Don't freak out about it. We're gonna try to handle it. I'm gonna send Jack." And now he's like, "Oh shit, fucking Kenny Mon's bad," because he name dropped Kenny Mon specifically. He
yeah
was like, "That dude Kenny Mon he's here." So I think he's like, "Yo, Kenny Mon's here." He's not probably not worried about Raizo or Kanjiro, but Kenny Mon slicing flames and shit. That would be
yeah
crazy. So either way, they know who the traitor is already. Well, obviously because traitor, but it's not anyone from that we think.
yeah
I think we can rule out everyone on Zoe safely.
probably
That
yeah.
everyone that was currently on Zoe when they came back, whoever they got captured from the Nox Pirates or whatever, is fucked. So I guess they didn't give a fuck about Zoe this whole time because if the person who they got the Viva card from wasn't on Zoe for a good minute, then they've known where Zoe was the whole time, but didn't invade it until now.
Exactly.
It's just
Yeah.
surprising because you would think that they would want a giant elephant as a pet, but
Yeah,
I guess
that's
they couldn't
true.
handle it either. I wonder if Kaido could take down Zunisha. Probably.
Land, sea, or air.
That is true. And Zunisha is in the sea.
Yep. So
I
there you
just
go.
I just imagine Kaido like not even in dragon form, just underwater walking towards
Right.
Zunisha to whoop his ass.
Just punches him in the
So
knee.
hey, like when you're that big, it's like fighting is just tough. Like he was
Right.
lucky Jack was right in front of him so he can swing his trunk. But that would have been a difficult battle. I don't know what Zunisha's foot speed looking like.
Yeah. Like I mean, all the tall characters be getting low depth. Honestly.
Yo, it's besides the Eddie Cool brothers, they were legendary. I think they were revealed that they're taller than oars, like both of them.
Yeah.
I guess you need that when you low diff in Zoro.
Um. Okay. So we've strayed away from Usopp for like
What if
a
Usopp
long
is the
time.
traitor?
All
There we
right.
go. Back on
Let's
subject.
get back into Usopp. I guess.
What if he's the traitor,
Um.
man? From Sear Village, just been playing a long game.
That. Oh man. Yeah. He knew Kaido way back when they were
Wait,
younger.
after after his dad died, I mean after his mom died, he swore revenge on his dad, got an allegiance from Kaido.
Exactly.
It makes sense to me, pretty much. I'm telling you, man. So when
Um,
he fights Van Auger, when they fight the Blackbeard Pirates, will it totally be a sniper match, or will we actually get to see Usopp throw hands?
I think it has to be a sniper match. I
That's
mean,
just. I want it to be up close
I
and
wonder
far
how it
away.
would work though. That's the thing.
That's how I think it will work. I think it will work like they would start out close together and they're like shooting each other with like an inch of space between them,
Oh no, yo, that would
dodging
be
and
so.
shooting,
Oh, that would
and
be
they're trying
so.
to and like Van Auger's hitting him with the butt of his gun, and
Dude,
Usopp's just
that would be so badass.
that would be bruh,
That would be like, cause think about like at that time, Usopp's Haku would be on point, right?
on
And
point
then
in the
just
story.
imagine like dodging at such close range while shooting
Yeah.
back.
It'd be like a Dragon Ball Z fight.
Yo, right?
Just
Yo, like you just be seeing like after images of their heads of hands.
and you
That'd be
just see
so
shit
awesome.
exploding in the background,
Right.
random plants popping out of everywhere.
Yeah. And then, like you said, like what if they just slowly like get further and further away from each other and like get
That's
like
what I'm
miles, they're
saying.
just like
And
miles apart, shooting at each other.
yeah, I'm telling you,
Oh,
they're
that'd be
like
so
they're on
awesome.
like
Yeah.
ships and shit, and the ships are like taking off, and they're just shooting at each other. I'm
That'd be
telling you,
awesome.
man,
Yeah.
that has the potential
Like
to be a really good fight.
honestly, just thinking about like the whole Luffy versus Blackbeard thing, I just can't wait for that to happen.
Can you actually give me a moment and entertain the people while I be right back?
I I don't know what to say. It's just about to be awkward silence. Awkward silence. Awkward silence. Awkward silence.
We are back.
Yep, and I just left it up to awkward silence.
I'm. It was supposed to entertain the people.
Listen, my mind drew a blank, and I probably ain't gonna edit this out either.
It's just going to all the foolishness. Yo, so
Oh,
I'm guessing Z Boy is not making an appearance.
yeah. After an hour and 3 minutes later, I would be good to surmise that.
Uh, you know, you got a point there. That's okay because we can keep this afloat as
Hmm.
long as we need to. Yeah, the Van Auger Ussop fight. I have a question about that. Those last few conflicts being as such that when the One Piece is found, there's going to be a war, and Blackbeard is definitely going to be there when Luffy finds the One Piece.
Hmm.
Is anyone dying in that battle?
Like who? Straw Hat or
Yeah,
Blackbeard?
anybody? Because you got to think on the last couple fights of the series, no one dies, no one gets grave, no one loses a pinky.
Yeah.
Like
Um.
anticlimactic.
Well, the thing is, right? They have to fight against the world government too. I feel like.
I feel like that'd be beforehand. I feel
Yeah,
like once someone gets
I don't
super
know.
close to Rafto, the government has to intervene. Because if you're gonna go through and kill all the kids of the Pirate King and do everything you can to get his crew, but just let someone become the next Pirate King, like that doesn't make much sense to me,
Yeah.
you know.
So I don't think that's the case because whatever the One Piece is, it has to tie into how the world is right now.
Hmm.
So I feel like you would have to figure that out first and then fight the world government. Because
But you don't think they're
why
keeping an
would you
eye on
fight the
Rafto?
world? Yeah, but it's like why would you fight the world government and then learn about all the stuff that they did? Then it's like okay,
Well, I mean, it's not like they're gonna dismantle the whole world government from where they are because
no,
say
I know.
they do have to fight the world government, they're gonna be on the other side of the the Grand Line, and I doubt they're gonna sail all the way back to destroy Mary Joa or Marie Joie. Well, maybe, but at the same time, it's like it would have to be like a epilogue type shit because I don't see him fighting in One Piece.
I mean, it doesn't mean that they have to. The government could be tracking them to Rafta, but I don't. It does, so it doesn't mean they have to go back.
So they're gonna send like who are they sending after them after they find the One Piece? Everybody or
Probably.
just like
No,
all
probably
the niggas. Send
because
all the
obviously
niggas.
because of what Whitebeard said that the white like whoever finds the One Piece will create this big war. So the One Piece is something to the fact that you have to send every man to like just shut that shit down.
Mm.
That's what Whitebeard made it seem like. Like
So I got a question about that. I got to break down the One Piece thing because that's actually a very loaded, statement Whitebeard said. So
yeah,
my first question was the One Piece a thing before Roger found it? Like,
I think so.
so the One Piece wasn't just the name of a treasure that Gold Roger gave himself, or the
Yeah.
people gave to Roger's treasure. It was
Um,
actually a thing.
I don't know if I'm imagining this, but I feel like I heard someone say that Oda said that Roger found the One Piece or something first. So I don't know if I'm imagining that.
We want to go off that because I don't remember it, but if it does, it actually helps a lot with
Yeah.
the line of thinking. Because if Roger found it, then I mean it isn't his treasure, and then we can go from there. So
Yeah. I mean
if
technically it became his treasure, but yeah.
what
I get what
the
you're saying.
whole
He wasn't the
yeah
one that brought it together or whatever it is, you know.
yeah, so whatever this One Piece thing is, and the fact that well the Grand Line is hard to navigate because of Yonko's territory and all that good stuff, but
Yeah.
um why hasn't the government gotten to that point? Because remember what Oda said.
We got into what?
Gotten to Raftel and combed the island forever,
Well,
trying to get
we
to it.
know the answer to that because the poneglyphs.
Yeah, and once you think about like how long the government's been in charge, that's enough to search a section of sea. Yes, that part of Grand Line is big, but compared to the rest of the world, it's just a little, little ocean. So set up a base there, comb the area for day and night, and after a couple months, you'll find that island. It's not like the only thing I would say that would make that not true if the island was like Zunisha or some shit.
Yeah.
It moved or only appeared once you get all four. That's the only because if you think about it, you can
So
go and find a thing yourself. So if that One Piece would have to be something to where whoever finds it would have to, I think, share it with the world, in my opinion, because that's the only reason I can think is going to be a big war. Because why would finding the One Piece create a war if the One Piece isn't something that makes the world turn on the world's most powerful entity, which is the world government?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the One Piece, along with being an actual treasure, is like not a treasure, but like kind of a giant info dump for the world and shit like that. Basically, the big 800-year chunk of the void, which is the 100-year chunk, is the void century,
Yeah.
is looking like is what it's going to be. And it's like, how would Luffy get that information out, and would he even care?
Yeah. Okay. So first you're like, why hasn't the government found it, right?
Yeah.
Now you ask, are you saying before Gold Roger's time or after Gold Roger's time?
So Gold Roger said, "My treasures, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
Everyone pretty much says his own Raftel.
Yeah.
At that point, why not comb the entire world all the time?
Because well, they would even if they did and they got the poneglyphs that the emperors got, right?
Uh huh.
Even if they got those ones, they remember how you need all four world poneglyphs?
Yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah.
was saying you bypass that
How?
because in order to find an island, it has to be somewhere, and in that somewhere, you just search every part that it's not in until you find it.
Okay. But the thing is, like, we don't even know, like, okay, so,
There's a finite area, is what I'm saying. Like you
yeah, no, I
can't.
get it, but it's like,
Yeah.
it could be like an obscure, like, doorway or something
So it have to be almost
that,
magical, is what you're saying.
uh, I mean, who knows?
Because there's
It could be like, there could be like, I don't know, like a little button you press in the sea and then like a huge doorway opens up or something, like,
definitely magical. So that's definitely one of the reasons why they wouldn't find it. And I'd be
yeah,
cool with that.
because,
But I'm just saying if it's a regular island that's literally
because,
sitting under the sun, you should be able to
yeah,
find that
because
out.
I used to think that I'm like, so what, Raptors at the end, and then it is like, okay, this used to be my thinking. I always thought like, Raft. I don't know. I feel like maybe most people thought this until like Zoe, but I always thought it was just Rafta was at the end of the Grand Line, and then like you like when you get to the island, you gotta look for like an entrance or something, and then you'll be able to go find the One Piece. But no one's ever found it because it's like maybe there's like a riddle or something you gotta do in order to actually get to it. But then now it's like, oh, you need four polygons that point to the island. So it's like, is this island even like above the water, or is it like underwater, or is it like like is it in the sky? Is it where is this
That's what
island
I'm saying.
exactly? Yeah,
Like I'm that's why I kind of rule out it being just a regular
yeah.
just island
It
like
can't
that.
be because yeah,
They would have at least tried to find it.
yeah,
The Yonkos have been searching for years. The governments, all the pot, somewhat would have found it.
yeah.
So
Because it's like
it's
it
more
has to.
complicated than
Yeah,
just finding an island.
because if it was just an island like that, there is no reason why for 20 years not one single person has stumbled upon the One Piece. It would not
You,
make it would be weird if it was
you know
just a
what?
regular ass thing.
You know what would be interesting if it was on a inhabited island already, like one we've already seen. Like Rafto isn't the island it's on. It's on an island, but like you said, there's some kind of secret switch, and the one of the best, I guess, sayings to go with this is if you want to hide a tree, you put it in a forest.
Yeah.
So if you want to hide something like the most important shit ever, you just hide it in mundaneness or just whatever. So it's not special. If you make one island at the end, if everyone knows that last island is impossible to get to, and if you do it, you're that guy. So everyone will be like, all right, that's obviously where he hit it.
Yeah.
Everyone goes past the island that he really put it on, and no one's the wiser because for 20 some years, people are like, got to get to Raftel, and it's on fucking Sabondi, and it's in Shocky's bar or something. Because remember, Shocky was the one to have the only shop in like the Grove 13 or whatever. Like, it was like the only person there. So that would be some fire shit. Like Rayleigh was like being literal. Like, if you want to know about the One Piece, I can tell you about it. It's in the back, right there.
That's right. Yep, right there.
That would be fucking hilarious, man. That's my personal hope for the One Piece.
Like, dang, like Luffy be like, so you telling me like I was over the One Piece this whole time?
I was 3 feet from my dream, and you let me sail around the world, you son of a bitch. I'm telling you, man, that would be the greatest troll ever.
Right.
Because that's Oda.
Oh man. Let me see.
But man, we really do get off topic a lot.
Oh yeah, we did. I thought this was gonna be like just. Because Ussop was trying. I thought it was gonna be like just really like all about Ussop.
I'm trying, man, but I don't know what else to. I keep thinking about the future. I don't want to keep going back to the past, but I'll try. Give me a subject. I need a subject.
I mean, I feel like we've exhausted all the topics of Ussop, really. Like, I just really hope he advances his observation and.
Will he get armament? Should he get armament? I mean, like, defensively, I don't see why anyone shouldn't get the hockey.
He doesn't need to, but if he does,
he's one of the only ones in, like, the weakling trio, the weaker half of the crew, that really has shown that really, besides Nami predicting the actual fucking weather, Usopp is the only one that's shown hockey. And he has the actual body for it. So if he actually trained, he would look like somebody that could use hockey.
Yeah.
Except for Chopper when he goes to man point.
Because you know how most people on the cruise and stuff like that have hockey? I feel like all the Straw Hats should have at least one hockey or another towards, like, at the end, you know?
It'd be really weird for them to have a crew member that just doesn't have hockey. That would be objectively the weakest person. All right, so if you think they're all going to get hockey, who is the last person that's going to get hockey?
Probably Frankie.
Frankie, of all people? That's actually an interesting pick. Why do you think Frankie?
Just because of his, like, he's more into, like, machines and stuff.
That is true. I don't think he's actually gone through formal training. So who would teach them?
Honestly, I gotta say this. I don't understand why the other three haven't taught them.
It doesn't make sense. Like, you want them to live, but you don't teach them the one thing you need to live.
No, it's strange to me. I'm surprised. Rob, like, what are
Robin should have it.
What was
she trained with the revolutionaries?
Yeah, like,
once you see Sabo destroy the ground by touching it with 2 fingers, I would be interested.
Strongest character in the verse, but I mean,
pretty much. God, Sabo. I'm telling you, man, like, it's so funny that your channel is Sabo, because that the picture you have for your Discord is definitely what was going to be my profile picture for my other YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
It was going to be all Sabo all the time. I'm glad I changed it.
Flame Emperor Sabo. You know, at first I was going to call myself Dragon Flame Emperor Sabo.
Jesus, you just love these long-ass names. That's so ridiculous.
I was going to call it Dragon, though, because of, like, his dragon techniques.
Why don't you just call him Dragon Emperor Sabo?
Is that what I was gonna? No, no. I was gonna call him Dragon Emperor Sabo, not Dragon Flame.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I was gonna call him Dragon Emperor Sabo, but now I was like,
I
I feel
mean,
like
that'd be
that.
fire, and it would
Yeah,
make sense.
maybe.
Um,
Maybe when I get like, um, this is what I was thinking. Like when I get like maybe 1,000 subscribers, I will change it to Dragon Flame Emperor Sabo. And then when I get another 1,000, I'll change it to Supreme Dragon Flame Emperor Sabo.
just make it longer
And then
every
yeah,
time.
every time I get more subs, I'll make it. It'll be like Ultimate Supreme Dragon Flame Emperor Sabo.
Oh my god!
I
I
should
would
make a list of the words I would use at each milestone.
pretty much that would be some OD shit. It
Right.
would be hard for marketing,
Uh,
but I
yeah.
think you could pull it off.
I mean, if I ever get that much anyway, I need to get like a consistent upload schedule.
It's tough out here. I just upgraded my life. Got a few more lights, this mic, and I'm actually trying to edit on my computer instead of my phone. And hopefully
It'll
that'll
be
help
a
me
lot easier
crank them
to
out.
do.
Yeah, it's just my computer is just old and it moves slower, and my phone is kind of new and shit. So I was like, oh, let me do this, but it's like transferring it and all that stuff is just too much.
Oh yeah, yeah, I feel you on that.
But yeah, Usopp and this observation hockey made me think about how he he showed like kind of a different hockey than most of the people we've seen. Rayleigh kind of had the same one to whereas he could sense the other people and their power levels. And I think maybe Usopp is going to be in that same vein, but he
Um,
was able to see further than
is it
everyone else.
isn't that kind of like Fujitora own? Cause can Fujitora kind of see with his hockey?
Yeah, he can see like the shapes of people and their intent and stuff.
Yeah, cause then
And he
cause
also was able to pick up every individual piece
yeah,
of debris.
cause isn't that what
And
Usopp kind of did? He saw the shapes of Luffy, Law, and then what's her face?
he did he see the
Sugar.
shapes or did he see them?
He saw them, but it was like,
It was like their outline.
yeah, like he saw their bodies. I don't know. Am I thinking about the anime or how they did it in the manga?
I'm thinking of the anime. And the
Cause the
anime they kind of showed their silhouettes,
yeah, it was
but it
like
was
white.
like detailed.
Like it turned like black, and then like it was like their silhouettes or whatever. Their bodies were like white, something like that.
The way the anime did the Fujitoras is what they was kind of stick figures.
Oh
Like he had
really?
a general idea of how they looked, but he didn't have the detail of
Oh,
Usopp.
so I mean, cause I kind of didn't how do you call it? Watch Dressrosa in its entirety, so I don't know how they depicted it in there for him.
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
Like
was
like
here and there with Dressrosa.
like Fujitora was more abstract, people shaped things, and then
Okay.
Usopp had the detail. I think the only reason that's why is just because he had eyes. I think that's the only
Yeah.
reason.
I feel like they're kind of the same, really.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just presence detection, which is invaluable for a sniper.
Yeah.
And he saw didn't he see through walls too, or was it just that little window? Because he was trying to get it through the window,
I
but he
feel
was
like
able
he
to
saw
see.
through the wall.
Yeah, I want to say he saw through the
Yeah,
wall
if
too.
yeah, I feel like he saw through. Yeah, but the thing is, like, is he seeing or is he sensing through the wall?
It was in
You get what
black
I'm
and
saying,
white.
right?
It was in black and white, and it was
Yeah,
silhouette shape. So I want to say he just kind of sensed their energy.
yeah, and then they just did that so that we can like
But no,
get a
he said he
visual,
could
right?
see. Like
Oh,
when
you
he
say you
was
can
saying
see?
it, yeah, because he
Oh, okay,
remember he
okay,
was
okay, okay,
talking
okay.
during
All
it. He
right,
was like, "Oh, I can see them now. What the hell?"
okay, okay,
So
all right, okay. That then
yeah,
that clarifies it for me because I wasn't really sure if he was like sensing or seeing.
his eyes was
Yeah.
open because he had his little goggles on. He was trying to get it through the window, and all of a sudden it just zoomed in. He was like, "The fuck." Just
Yo,
kind of dope, which is
I
weird.
got goosebumps when I saw that in the manga. I was like, oh, whoa, he just got hockey?
Yo, I'm telling you,
Yo, I can't
I thought it was
yo,
gonna be a landslide from there. Like
I can't wait
Robin
to
was gonna
see
be next, Chopper was gonna get it next,
yeah, I
but
want to
then it was
see scenes like that in Wano too, like or like so Okay, so far we've seen people like unlock the kind of the hockeys we've seen unlocked are like conquerors and observation, but we haven't seen anyone like unlock armament before. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, just put up their arm and then it turns black.
yeah, like we've only seen like conquerors unlocking and observation unlocking, and we've seen that with the observation with Kobe, Ussop, and I always want to say kind of Luffy, like with the Mihawk thing.
Oh, when he damn near saw the future when he got his arms
Yeah,
cut off. Hmm.
but
I
I
feel
mean,
like that was
there's
just
so
more
many
battle
interpretations.
sense.
Yeah, there's so many interpretations of that scene, so it's like,
Yeah,
but definitely the
that one's hard.
yeah, but definitely the Kobe and the Usopp. But like,
Oh, Momo too, because they said that was a form of observation.
yeah, yeah, but aren't you like born with that really? So
I mean, you're wrong with all of them because they say anyone
no,
can
no,
do it.
yeah, but like,
I think that one was more specific because it had something to do with the bloodline,
yeah,
which is interesting because it's like, are there bloodline traits now in One Piece? Because think about it,
okay, again,
they
guys,
because they said the voice of all things in Momo's case was observation hockey.
yeah,
So if that's observation hockey, but only he could talk to the elephant, it was like observation hockey, the Kozuki bloodline trait. You know what I'm saying? Like only they could talk to this animal or
mm,
do this specific. So maybe there's a hardening, like armament hardening, that's different from regular hardening, but it's just like a super hardening, something like that. Like Big Mom. What if Big Mom has an armament hockey Keke Genkai?
that would actually I was gonna say, I wish we because we did need to do the new Vivi card too though as the discussion because when I
Yes.
read about the Momo thing, I was like, oh, then I was thinking about Big Mom too. Like, oh, okay, so couldn't that just apply for Big Mom, but for armament too?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
fucking
because that
like
would
yeah,
make
that's what I'm
sense
saying.
because there's no other reason why I can think she would be that strong from like a child.
Yeah, like from jump
Because
from
people keep on saying
I,
like, oh, maybe she was experimented on and stuff like that, but like, it doesn't seem to be the case.
at all.
Because
Yeah, it
yeah,
just seemed like their parents was like, "Damn, you birthed this demon. Now we have to throw it away."
yeah,
It
because it's
didn't
like
seem like oh, our experiment failed.
yeah, because for like yeah, that like it wouldn't have made sense if she was a
Yeah,
government experience considering that scene that took place.
yeah. And then
Yeah,
why would they? Yeah, because it would have been more like, "Oh, I'm trying to escape, and now you have to live on this island because the people are after you." But it wasn't like
yeah,
that.
exactly, yeah.
So yeah, I think it was just I'm telling you they because if
Because
you
it
been
lines up with how when she was crying, because
hmm
like how Cracker is like, oh, like you gotta focus or whatever stuff like that. Well, not like focus, but you gotta kind of have to have your wits about you or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, so
it's like fuck, I forgot what I was about to say. The worst feeling in the world. Oh, yeah, so if you think about One Piece and kind of the way it's set up, you have a lot of things that's borrowed from other series. So I don't think see why, bloodline traits or KK Genkais from Naruto wouldn't be one of them. Because the new thing that Luffy's doing reminds me of 10 from you just said you didn't see it. Well, you have to watch Hunter x Hunter and we have to do a stream about it.
when this guy writes regularly, I'll read it.
You have so many episodes to watch and things to read. By
Yeah,
the
but
time you catch
I'm
up,
gonna no, like because if I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna catch up pretty quickly, and I don't want to do that.
I mean, well, you shouldn't read Hunter x Hunter to begin with. You should watch the 2011 version, and that's a treat in and of itself. Like, it has nothing to do with him, like daily chapters. Not like One Piece or My Hero, to whereas you kind of need to be caught up to have a good time. Like, I could watch the first season again and just be in bliss.
Yeah,
So,
but the story is still ongoing, right?
I mean, yeah, man, but don't deny yourself now just because it's not being
Listen,
Published. It's still a good
I
series.
already have a series that I love.
What's
It's my
that?
favorite, Berserk. That is like every 60 years, and
Oh yeah.
this guy decides to. I don't want to have two series that I feel that way about. My
I
whole thing
feel it.
is like the reason I even stopped reading Berserk is because if I catch up and I'm not reading regularly, like I'm gonna forget stuff
Yeah,
so
I can
much.
feel that.
Like the One Piece is different because it's like even though I'm not really reading past chapters, I'm constantly engaged in this series, so I'm thinking about it more. So it's like it's still fresh in my mind, even for events that happened years ago. I can
Yeah.
still remember it. But like for Berserk, it's like because I'm rereading it right because I want to like I actually want to just catch up because he's gonna release new chapters on the 26th.
Ooh.
I'm reading through stuff and I'm like, damn, I actually forgot this shit happened.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah,
happens a lot, especially for One Piece. Like there was a bunch of little things I forgot to
yeah.
happen. And it's great just to go back and relive it. But
So
don't do yourself a disservice.
listen, this
I
author is doing
know,
himself a disservice.
bro. 100 x Hunter is definitely one of the top anime of all time.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. It's just I have just gotten into stuff that have just not that hasn't had a proper ending and stuff. I'm tired of stuff like that. It's annoying. Makes me
Damn,
mad.
I
Like the
cannot.
one season animes make me mad. I'm like, oh my god.
I can't fault your logic. I do feel that, and I would hate to, get to a certain point, want to know what the fuck happens, and it's like, okay, well, this guy is going to
like
Hawaii for about 3 years, so
like you Hakusho is like
love you, Hakusho.
like the ending of Yu Yu Hakusho, right? Like you can. So I heard stories like that about the author like kind of rushed the ending and stuff like that, something like that.
Yeah,
And you can just
that's
tell.
funny because that's the guy who wrote Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and you can just tell because it's like that whole demon world thing and the war, and then it's just like
Yeah,
let's just make it a tournament.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, like
I didn't like that. Not gonna lie. My most favorite parts of Yu Yu Hakusho was definitely when he was just a normal human. After he changed or found out he was part whatever percent demon, it just went downhill from there.
so when he found out he was a demon, I loved it because I'm like, okay, this is getting interesting. And then when he decides to go to a demon world, then everyone's like, yo, like what the hell's wrong with you, dude?
Exactly.
Like the
That's what I mean.
former spirit detective, she was like, I can't believe like she like kicked him out, right? Basically, she was
Yeah.
like what the hell's wrong with you? I was like, okay, this is gonna enter some like interesting character moments for Yu Yu. And then I don't see any of that happen. He just turns all the demons good. I'm like, what?
Exactly.
Like what?
Like, aren't they incapable of it? I thought it was the whole point of them being existing. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
so it's
saying. It
like,
was just sloppily put together,
yeah, man,
not really thought of.
I was disappointed because I was getting hyped because of how Yu Yu was training. Everyone was like, yo, like, just getting stronger and stronger. And like, if I was able to see Yu Yu, Kurama, and Hiei clash on a battlefield on the war, it would have been interesting.
Yeah, that
But
would have been
we
dope
don't
as
even
fuck.
get them clashing in the tournament.
Which is dumb because we've been waiting to see Hiei versus Yusuke for a minute.
Yeah, and it's like it just annoys me because it's like first you have them be on these separate factions. It's like you were building up to them clashing with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just like, yeah,
Nah.
we're just gonna do a tournament, and oh my god,
The tournament arcs was Yu Yu Hakusho's bread and butter
it was,
for a long time, and I
but
guess
not
they
for
just
that
thought they
though.
just couldn't get away with it. Because remember, tournaments was the big thing. Because there was the first tournament where he was training with Genkai,
Yeah,
and then there was the second one where he was fighting against it's tournaments and towers.
yeah,
That's basically what Yu Yu Hakusho was. Because the first one was a tournament, Genkai, and then he had to fight the four Saint Beasts, which was a tower, and he had to go in a dark tournament, and then he had to fight, I think, Tagoro on them.
yeah.
We had to fight Takuro before he got to it, but basically, yeah, that's all it really was. When you break Yu Yu Hakusho down,
Yeah,
which
I mean, I get,
it made it work though.
I guess, but the way they, because of how big the scope of the last arc was, the tournament didn't really seem fitting for the
Yeah,
ending.
you can't tournament that.
Yeah, like it's just
Like niggas is dying.
I don't know.
Who's obeying the rules of this tournament when the whole demon world is at stake? Like what the fuck? Yeah, so I totally get what you're saying. So Yu Yu Hakusho did have a disappointing ending. I don't think Hunter x Hunter is gonna go the same way.
I don't know how to say, but it's like I enjoyed the ending, but it's like not what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, like, there was a certain bar set.
Yeah.
And it just didn't measure up to it. I enjoyed it because it actually ended. Not a lot of animes end.
Yeah, exactly. And not a lot of animes like I wouldn't say it was a bad ending because there's some animes that have a lot of stuff don't end well when you think about it. It's always the ending that's the toughest to do in stories.
Bleach.
Oh man, let's not bring it.